On the line with me right now, Ross the Boss. Ross, thanks for taking the time to talk to me today.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Now, let's talk about the start of Manowar. Now, there was certainly no ignoring this band. Tell us how this band came about.
Well, it's a great story. It's a story of legend. I was in a French band called Shaking Street, and our manager, Sandy Perlman, managed also my earlier band, The Dictators, Shaking Street, Blue Oyster Cult, and then he managed Black Sabbath. So he put Shaking Street as openers to Black Sabbath in England on the Heaven and Hell tour, Ronnie Dio's first tour with Black Sabbath. So there I was in England playing with Black Sabbath, my idols, and just completely on Planet Nine. I just couldn't believe it. Ronnie Dio comes up to me and says, "Ross, I really love you. I love the way you play. I love the Dictators. I love Shaking Street, blah, 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 blah. And I think we have a guy in our crew. His name is Joey. He plays bass. And I think you should go meet him." And I said, "Okay, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Dio, like this guy was God. You know, whatever you say." So as soon as I stopped talking to him, I just went and sought Joey out, and he was there. He was with Black Sabbath crew. And, we became friends, and we started talking about things. And the next thing you know, we started to form a band. And we came off the road. We wrote a couple of songs. We paid our dues. And we got signed to EMI. And my friend Bob Curry signed us to EMI, and we got a really good contract. And there we are. We're in the studio recording Battle Hymns. And there you go. That's how Manowar was born.
What was it like to be involved in that at the beginning? Was it surreal? Was it crazy? How was it?
Well, it wasn't surreal or crazy. It was a lot of hard work that went into getting the band's contracts, getting enough money to do what we wanted to do. It was an amazing thing, especially getting Orson Welles on the record. And what can I say? I mean, that first record was, to me, groundbreaking. I mean, Battle Hymns was just, to this day, it's still an incredible record.
Now, the ball kept rolling. You signed with Music for Nations in England anyway, for Into Glory Ride. Now, I reckon I still have the Kerrang magazine in my shed with you guys pictured in there, signing the contract in your own blood. Was that legit?
Oh, absolutely was legit. We did it, and we were the kind of band that we backed it up with our actions and our music and our, it was definitely our blood, and you could see the contracts. You see pictures of it. The thing was, I mean, if we would have done it and it was fake, we would have been called out as false.
Yeah.
And there was no way a Manowar was going to be false on anything.
Yeah.
So we definitely signed the contracts in our own blood, and we got a lot of press out of it, I think.
Yeah, I think you did, yeah. Tell us about the period between there and when you left Manowar. What was the deal there, in your own words? Are you able to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. From then to 1988.
Yeah.
Well, it was an amazing period because from 1982 to 1988 we did 6 records. We did Battle Hymns, Into Glory Ride, Hail to England, Sign of the Hammer, Fighting the World, and Kings of Metal in 6 years. At the same time, we were touring and just doing everything that a band does. But we put out an album a year. So I don't think it's been matched. That kind of thing has been matched yet. It's sort of like what the Beatles used to do. Just keep touring. But I think the Beatles put out 2 albums a year.
Yeah.
At one point. They were so prolific. But we were very prolific back then. And then in 1988, right before Kings of Metal comes out, Joey said, "I think it's time for you to leave the band." So kind of like, oh well, and all the heavy lifting was done already, and the band was set to go. So, but things happen the way they happen.
Okay, now tell me about the Keep It True Festival in 2006 and the Manowar set you did there.
In 2006 or the most recent one?
2006, the first one.
Oh, the first one. Okay, I wanted to play. The promoters invited me to play, and I said, well, I don't have a band. I need a band, and I need a really good singer to sing these songs. And Oliver said, well, I happen to have a band I know called Men of War. They're a Manowar cover band, and he gave me a tape of them. And I was pretty good. And I was impressed. And then I called him. I came over to Germany, and we had practices, and we did the festival. And that's how this whole thing started.
I was talking to Abaddon from Venom Inc., and he was telling me about the Keep It True festival as well, and a similar thing happened to get the ball rolling for Venom Inc., so it seems to be the festival to make it happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
With all that's happened, how can it be that we look forward to a tour of Australia from Ross the Boss doing a Manowar set in Australia? How did this come about?
Well, I guess we've been getting a lot of rave reviews all over wherever we play. We started last year. We started actually in the second Keep It True festival I played, and the people were just clamoring, please, we want to hear the songs from your era. We want to hear those 6 records played. Manowar just doesn't do it enough. Or it's not the way you play it. It's you playing guitar, and people are just excited to hear us play and me play guitar, which is a great honor. And so we've been getting, requests from festivals. Wacken, we were added to Wacken last year, Rock Hard Fest, the one in Athens. Tremendous. Now we have Alcatraz coming up, and we have 2 in Spain. And so the more we play, the more people want to hear it. So it's a tremendous honor. What can I say? But now we have a new record coming out. That's the game changer.
Right. Okay. Now the set you're playing in Adelaide, is that all Manowar?
Yeah, it will be all Manowar. We might play a new song since the record wouldn't be out. But people are there to hear the Manowar stuff.
Yeah.
So we know that.
Okay. What happens after Australia for you, Ross? So the new album coming out at some stage?
Yes, April 20th it's going to be out. So that's why I said we'll be there already, and the record will be released. The video's out. The audio track on another song is out already. So you can hear 2 songs before you even buy it, because you're going to buy it after. Anyone who doesn't buy this record, I don't think, I have to really, really think twice about them. But, just kidding. What was the question? I guess
what happens after the Australian tour, Ross?
Oh, yeah. So we have a whole bunch of festivals to do, in after like in May it starts. But the real tour will be October and November in Europe, the big headline tour that we're planning. So, we have summer. We have a nice summer. We're going to have some nice shows. And who knows what's going to happen? I think as the record gains popularity, I think we're going to be added. We're going to have a lot more work for us.
What's the funniest thing that's happened on tour, Ross?
The funniest thing that's happened? Oh boy! What in recently or
over your career?
The funniest thing that's ever happened to me, and the craziest thing, is that I'm playing in the Dictators, and I'm in Winterland in San Francisco. We're playing with the Ramones, and we're playing with Dictators, and we used to jump off the drum riser at the very first song, Scott and I, to Science Gone Too Far. And I'm wearing these leather pants, and I jumped off, and I ripped the back of my pants from the top to the bottom where they couldn't even tape it. So I'm on stage, and my leather trousers are completely ripped off. So thanks for fast thinking. One of my crew members had some black gaffer's tape and just spun me around and wrapped me in gaffer's tape so I could play this show. And nothing has topped that since. Nothing has ever topped that. The feeling I got, the breeze that I felt on stage. Oh my God! Yeah, that was funny.
All of a sudden you're wearing chaps.
Yeah, well, that was coming out afterwards. Well, I never wore chaps in Manowar. That was Eric, and Joey.
Who's coming with you on this tour of Australia, Ross?
Okay, we have on bass. We have the greatest bass player in the world, Mike LaPond, who was just a genius, incredible genius on bass. Great songwriter, great on stage. One of the sweetest fellows I've ever met in my life. Had the pleasure to know. We have Mark Lopes on lead singing. Mark has proven to be an incredible frontman, dedicated heavy metal guy, amazing. And I was wondering about his lyrics and what he would do with his new music, and he's answered the call. We have an awesome record. He's come up with amazing metal hits and hooks. And on drums now we have Steve Bolognese, and he was in Death Dealer with me, and he's an Into Eternity, and he's a drum teacher at Berkeley and Berkeley College of Music. And he's an amazing, amazing drummer. So I would say I have a deadly, deadly band on stage. They're deadly. So I think everyone's going to love it. It's going to be great, yeah.
April 27th here in Adelaide at Fowler's, playing with Horizon's Edge, Shadow Realm and Skyhammer. Should be a great night. Looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you. It's been a great honor having me on your show, and we can't wait to come to Australia and blow the place apart, honestly.
Thanks for your time, sir. You have a great day, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you. Thank you very much.